Hello everyone, this is Luxury PL38. Today I would like to do a very short video to compare the two drawstring bags that I have, which is the open bucket bag. As you are aware from my previous video, I've just purchased this one. So this is my newest drawstring bag, and the unboxing was just a few days ago. I believe it was last week or something, and I did already have a drawstring bag before, and it's actually here. For people that wants to watch the comparison between my drawstring bags, I did a video comparing the Chanel open drawstring bag, open bucket bag, to the Louis Vuitton one. So if you want to watch that, the NeoNoe, if you want to watch that, I will link the videos below. But I actually use this drawstring bag to showcase for that comparison. So this short video is basically comparing the two Chanels, and as you can see itself, the newer ones that I've got, it's a little bit smaller. Okay, let me just put them like that. You can see the height. It's just about an inch, a little bit shorter, just up to here. But bear in mind, this one comes in 3 sizes, the small, medium, and large. And this is the medium, the regular ones. There is another one size bigger than this, and it will be about the same size as this. The bigger of this, the large versions of this, will probably be about the same height as this. And if you want, you can go to the Chanel online website, and have a look, because they did showcase the bigger one, and the measurement is there, which is very similar to this one. But let me just show you the side as well. This one's got a funny little, more like a mouth, like a close up here. I think they are trying to tuck it up. They're trying to tuck the leather. And let me open this up. It doesn't actually show on the inside, but yes, I think they're trying to tuck the lower portions of the leather, and it's just the way they design it, because there is another one on this side. Because if they don't do that, this is probably gonna be wider. It will probably come up wider, if you see what I mean. They're trying to decrease that increment by tucking it in. Otherwise it will just stay open like that, and it's just gonna look funny. So I guess I think it's more logical for them to do that, but it just looks a little bit funny. It's like a mouth, someone actually closed their mouth and just trying to prevent it from talking, that kind of look. And whereas this one, if you look at it, the side actually have a pocket, just a very small little pocket that you can put 1 or 2 things, but very small, minimal. And the huge comparison is the handle. This one comes in a handle, and there is a separate shoulder strap, which you can use for crossbody as well, but it is removable. So if you remove this, you can just hold it like a bucket bag like that, and you can just carry on the crook of your arms, or you can use it as a shoulder bag, or even as a shoulder strap. So you do have that options for this drawstring bag, whereas for this one you don't have that options, because the shoulder strap itself, you can't remove that. It is tied to the bag. And for this one, it actually opens up like that. So when you close it, when you tighten it, it is probably because it is still new, but even so, in time, it has that wide opened mouth as compared to this. See how when you shorten it or when you try to tighten it, it doesn't move the mouth, because the mouth itself, it is more structured. Let me just take, it is more structured, and you can push it open like that, but it doesn't open wide because of the handle, whereas this one, it doesn't have that handle to make it closer. So I hope you understand what I'm trying to say, because this one actually have a handle that is hooked to the both corners, so it is more structured as compared to this that has no handle. So it basically just sprung open like that. So that's one of the cons of it, but all you need to do is to tighten it up. And again, this is fairly new, so maybe because it is still fairly new, but it does have that kind of tendency to sprung opened, wide opened. So just be aware of that. But again, let me show you the feet. They're both pretty much has no feet, and the back. And the kilted, that's a smaller kilt, whereas this one, it's a bigger kilt. And obviously the color differences, but also the chain strap itself, this is reminiscent of the mini rectangular chain strap. And as you're aware, the chain strap for this is much smaller for the lock. Whereas this one, the chain strap, it's actually a proper chain. There is no ladder intertwined on the metal. So it's basically whole thing is a metal chain strap. More so like the, you could say more so like the Boy Chanel, but it is so much smaller than the Boy Chanel, and this is in silver hardware. So that's the differences in the chain. However, the chain strap for the lock itself, it's the same. Let me just bring it closer. They're both the same with the traditional Chanel ladder and chain intertwining. And also, the lock itself, this is a little bit bigger than this. This is more like, it's a smaller versions of it, but the thickness, it's pretty much the same. It's basically a push and let go kind of lock. Also, I would like to point out the hardware. This is in silver and this is in champagne gold. But the hardware itself, if you look closely, it has that Chanel logo, Chanel name, which is the same as this. It does have the Chanel name on it, but I still have the sticker intact, so you can probably see the sticker coming out. Other than that, another thing I would like to point out is the inside. This one has got a hook that you can hook something like your keys, or you can hook something, and it has a back pocket made in Italy, whereas this one, it does not have that hook at all. It just have a back pocket. This is also made in Italy, and the materials, they're both fabric on the inside, but this one feels a little bit rougher. This materials on the inside, it's fabric, but it feels a little bit smoother. And this is in lambskin, obviously, whereas this one is in caviar leather. So the last thing I would like to point out is the price tag. This was purchased 2018, towards the end of 2018. It was purchased for $4,775, and they did a price increase 4 or 5 months ago, and you can find a newer versions of this with a slight little something that goes around it. That one is actually closer to 5,000 Canadian dollars now, so they actually increased the price by about 200 over Canadian dollars, so it is 5,000 retail. Whereas this one, this style was actually recently released for the spring summer collections 2020. So I don't think I've ever seen this style before. I might be wrong, they might actually had it in the past, but it's retail for $4,100, and this is the medium size. The larger size is retail for $4,350, I believe. So there is a difference of around, if you want to compare the larger size, 4,100 and 5,000, there is a difference of 900 Canadian dollars in terms of the two different styles that you're after. But what you're getting, it's the extra handle and the extra 2 pocket. Because of those two things, it makes this drawstring or bucket bag a little bit more structured, as in you cannot open wider than this. It does hold the two ends at a certain maximum amount, so you can't actually open wider than that, whereas this one you can open it all the way wide. So that's the huge difference between the two different styles, and I suppose the price different is actually justified for that. So if you want to pay an extra $900 to get this style, you will get the extra handle, and bear in mind the chain is also removable with that option, whereas this one, it is not removable. So those are the two major differences for the two different styles of the drawstring bag that Chanel currently has. And if you do have any questions or if you do have any comments, please do so in the sections below. And once again, please stay safe and please practice social distancing. And once again, thanks for watching.